Hey YouTube, welcome to progress video number 11 for in Exilium. This video I'm going to show off a few new things. First off, the Desert Temple area and as well as the fast travel system. Desert Temple area is kind of a new area that's in the desert. I'm going to show off rings and necklaces. Those are two new equipments that I've added to the game. And finally I'm going to show off the crafting system, kind of rudimentary crafting system that is in place for this game. I'm sure there may be a couple other little things that I might mention, but let's go get started. Things might be going a little slow here. My computer just rebooted, so kind of not in the right area. Let me get back to the camp here. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to show off is the fast travel system. So I'm going to fast travel to the Desert Temple. So I basically, while I was playing, realized it was kind of a pain in the ass to have to keep running to all these places, all the different places, if you die, because you respawn back here in the camp. So I've made it so if when you reach certain levels in the game, they'll be added to this fast travel thing here, which is just over your campfire. When you first start the game, you click this, it'll be empty. But for the sake of this demo, I've just ran to the Desert Temple and was coming back. And so the Desert Temple shows up here. So it's pretty simple. Let's go ahead and teleport there. Now the Desert Temple is going to be the temple zone for the desert kind of area with all its maps. The Desert Temple has like 8 or 10 maps that all encompass kind of this area here in the world. It's just like the Forest Shrine, so each of these kind of special maps for each area contain these 3 stones, which you'll have to play the game to figure out what they're for. But the Desert Temple has a bunch of new enemies. I'm not going to show them all off. I'll just show this guy off right here. Statue Warrior. If you get close enough to him, he'll chase after you. So let's just kind of get rid of this guy. And I also was able to get this cool kind of water picture going in there. So there's a level in here that relies pretty heavily on figuring out what. Or there's a little map in here that has a little puzzle that's associated with the water. I won't spoil too much of that. Alright, so let's go ahead and run back to the camp. I can show off everything else from there. Here's what the Desert Temple looks like from the outside. Awesome new model by the same guy who's created all kind of the enemy models and armor models and character models and stuff, weapons. This guy's created everything. One thing I'd like to mention while I'm running back here is that I finally reached 100 subscribers on YouTube this past week, and I just want to thank you guys very much for the support. Honestly, I know 100 isn't too much, but it's more than when I first started posting videos, more than I expected that I would get, ever. So it's really awesome. Thank you guys so much for the support, and hopefully this game keeps getting kind of more popular. Next thing I want to mention is I've got a few new soundtracks from our music composer, which are awesome. I'm not really going to show them. I might create like a separate video for some of the songs and post that at a little bit later time, but some of the songs are so awesome. I'm so happy with them. And also I'm working with a new artist. I'll put his name's Imru Mill or something. You may know him if you're kind of following indie game dev. He posts YouTube videos of some pictures. I'll put a link down below, but he's working on a little intro sequence for me, which is turning out really awesome as well, so look forward to updates on that. Alright, so I'm going to show off rings and necklaces now. So there are 8 different rings and 8 different necklaces. Here's 2 of them right here. So Ring of Might, physical damage +1, ice elemental necklace. This is gonna have damage from ice attacks and allow you so you can't get frozen. There's a bunch of other ones. Like I said, there's 8 of each. I'm not gonna show them off, but you just equip them. They'll show up in your slot, and they add their attributes to you. Pretty straightforward. There are 4 rings that are quote-unquote upgradable or enhanceable, and then there are 4 rings that are not. And then likewise for the necklaces, there's 4 that are upgradable and enhanceable and 4 that are not. And for an item to be upgradable or enhanceable, or when an item's upgradable or enhanceable, that's when you use the crafting system to do that. So I'll kind of show off the crafting system. Here's an example of a ring that's not. Ring of Power is the most powerful ring in terms of physical damage, so it can't be upgraded anymore because it's already the most powerful. Okay, go ahead and show off the crafting system. You'll see now that there's this nice little anvil in your camp, so walk up to it and there's the crafting thing. Click crafting. Your inventory will show up here, and the possibilities are only 3 items maximum that you can put here. Mostly it's only 2 actually. So I'll kind of show off each of those. Now crafting is based on using upgrade stones or enhancement stones, and there are 4 types of enhancement stones, and these are them right here. Imperium stone, which enchants an item. Dura stone increases armor strength. Item stone, which forges 2 items together, and then the Virtus stone increases weapon power. So they're pretty self-explanatory. So you have your short bow here. You put the Virtus stone in with a short bow. You craft, boom, now you have a short bow +1. Now you can do this until you get a short bow +10. After +10, an item can't be upgraded anymore. Get that back. Okay, now the Dura stone does the exact same thing except for armor. So put a piece of armor in there, and once again it won't work unless you have the correct stone, the correct type of armor. So I put a Dura stone in here and put a weapon in here and hit craft. It would give me a warning here saying like, nah, you can't do that. So Dura stone and armor, craft, and you get leather armor +1. Now Imperium stone's a little different in the sense that it enchants an item. So for this stone you have to have an item that doesn't have attributes. So an attribute being something like this, like agile or sharp or mythic or whatever, all those kind of things that change the color of the weapon. It has to not have one of those. So I could do it to this short bow, I could do it to this piece of armor. It could be any equipment that doesn't have an attribute. And you craft it, and it gives it a random attribute. So this one, it gave it agile, but it could give it sharp, it could give it whatever. Now finally, the item stone is used to forge 2 items together. Now the item stone can only work on accessories, and accessories are rings and necklaces. And it has to be the base necklaces or rings that can be enhanceable. So if I got, and you have to have 2 of them. So if I had 2 ice elemental necklaces and put them in there and crafted, it would give me a warning saying you can't do that because this is not enhanceable. But here we go. You'll see Ring of Might is physical damage +1. Ring of Might's physical damage +1. Put in item stone and craft, and then you have Ring of Might physical damage +2. And so you can do that. They have to be like items, so I couldn't use a Ring of Might, and then there's another ring that's Ring of Cunning. I couldn't use both of those and get any sort of upgrade out of it. The other caveat to it is that one of them has to be a base level, so I couldn't take a physical damage +2 and craft it with a physical damage +2. It would have to be physical damage +2 and a base one, physical damage +1, to craft together, and it would create a physical damage +3. Alright, well, that's a quick kind of overview of everything. That's all I have. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're interested in the project, please feel free to subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at @ConfluxGames, where I post more updates. And I'm going to start posting some pictures of some of the other monsters and some of the cool artwork that this new artist is working on for me. So I'm really excited about that. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.